Hello there, welcome to my channel. If it's your first time on here, thank you for coming around. And if it's not your first time, thank you for coming back to see another of my video. My name is Sherifat Onobanjo. On my YouTube channel, I share my personal experiences about life here in Canada and life generally. I also do a bit of immigration because I'm a regulated Canadian immigration consultant and RCIC. At Green Tea Leaves where I work, we help you with your study permit applications, visit visas, work permits, permanent residence, school admissions to Canada. So if you need any of these services, please reach out to us at Green Tea Leaves. We'll be more than happy to assist you with your school admission and visa applications. In this video, I'm talking about permanent residence through spousal sponsorship. What does this mean? So it means that a Canadian permanent resident or Canadian citizen sponsors his or her spouse to become a permanent resident. Just like other pathways for permanent residents, this particular pathway also has its requirements that you have to meet, the eligibility criteria you have to meet, documents you have to submit to be able to pull through this application. So in this video, I'll be using one of our clients as a point of reference. It's an Ethiopian couple. We got married. The wife is a Canadian permanent resident. At the time she applied, now she's not a Canadian citizen. By the time they applied, she was a permanent resident then. So she came to us for us to help her with the application to bring her husband to join her in Canada. Because she went back home to Ethiopia to get married to this man, and then she wanted to bring him over so they could live together as husband and wife. And let me also mention that this particular person was referred to us by another of our clients, a couple clients. One of our clients who we helped with a spousal open work permit. His wife, who is a Nigerian, was studying at the time and wanted to bring her husband in as well. And the girl refused, and then they came to us and we were able to help them with the application. And the girl approved, to the glory of God. So this particular client came to Canada, started working, and he referred his colleague to us. So this lady booked a session with us in October 2023 and to let us know that she was looking to bring her husband to Canada. Let me first by thanking you for booking our service. I really do appreciate it. Thank you so much. And don't mind me asking, how did you get to know about me or Green Tulips?
There is my co-worker, like we work together. Then I just want a process for my husband. I just told him. Then he told me your information because he came by with your like.
Oh really? It came through a company to Canada?
Yeah.
What's his name, please?
Dami.
Oh, are you in Ontario?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, I know him. Oh, okay. That's very nice of him. Is it Damilare?
Yeah.
Okay. Yes, he's right. Hi, Z. Oh, that's good to know. All right, thank you. So you're looking to sponsor your husband to Canada, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I see you're from Ethiopia. Is that correct?
He's from Ethiopia, yeah.
Okay.
We just married like maybe a month ago before. So I went back home
to get married.
We just get married.
Okay.
So we've been together like almost. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. It was nice speaking with you, and I wish you all the best. Okay.
Okay, thank you so much.
You're welcome. Take care. Regards to Damilare, say hi to him for me and thank him.
Okay, I will say him.
Okay, and hi to your husband too. Okay, take care.
Thank you. Okay, bye.
At the time, so we told her all the things she needed to have. One of them was a passport, which the husband did not have at the time. So the husband started the process of getting the passport in Ethiopia. It took about 4 months, thereabouts, to get this passport ready. So in February 2024, they came back to us and we got started. We didn't submit until April of 2024, about 2 months after they came back with the passport, because there were other documents she had to also get. And when it comes to spousal sponsorship, as easy as it may seemingly look, it can be also be very tricky. So you have to be very careful before you submit the application. So just because you have a spouse who is a Canadian citizen or a permanent resident, it's not like automatic for you to get a PR as well. You have to meet other things beyond them being your spouse, right? So we didn't have all that ready until April of 2024, and we submitted to the glory of God. So we submitted that, while the husband was in Ethiopia and her in Canada. And then we applied for a visitor's visa for him. Because the good thing is when you apply for a spousal sponsorship, you are able to apply for a visitor's visa in the interim while your PR is being processed. I mean, anybody can apply for visitor's visa, but they give you a preference. They give you a preference to the fact that they expedite the processing timeline for your application, as against if you didn't have a PR through spousal sponsorship. So there's a policy that says, oh, if you have a PR application in progress via spousal sponsorship, you are able to apply for visitor's visa and it will be expedited. So that was done for him, and in 10 days it was approved and he was able to come to Canada. So the wait, began, and in between April and February, the other documents we were asking of. One of them was police report. So I didn't know this until I started working with this client. So the much I know about police certificate is that, like, I'm from Nigeria and Canada as well. So both countries that I'm familiar with, you're able to request a police report at any time, like without having to have a document or a letter authorizing you to do that. You can go to a police station and say, oh, I need a police report for immigration or for a job or for anything like that. Apparently in Ethiopia, it doesn't work like that. So I was told that they have to get a letter from immigration asking them for that document. There was no letter from IRCC, just like a checklist that you have to go through and submit the document on the checklist. So there's not like official documents asking for the police certificate. So they didn't get the police certificate until we got a document from IRCC. So what I had to do was explain to IRCC the reason why this client was not able to submit a police report. It may seem like, oh, it's not a big deal. They will know that in Ethiopia they don't, give them police report. You have to like explain that in your letter. So I did that for this client. And I'll tell you the reason why it's very important to explain this in your letter of submission. I got a client who came to us a few months ago whose PR was refused because he submitted an expired police report. So I'd used this police report for our previous application, like a study permit. So she thought she could use the same thing for our PR. It was refused. It was not even asked to go bring an updated one. It was refused based on that fact. So I had to tell them, oh, we are still not able to add this police report to this application right now. Once you request that from us, we will get that for you. These are the few things that someone like me, who is a professional, would advise you on. Even me, I didn't know that in Ethiopia they don't issue police certificates without having a letter requesting it. It was on that case I knew. However, I knew to inform IRCC the reason why we were not able to obtain this police certificate. That's where I came in, with my expertise, because you don't want to think that they're going to know and say, "Oh, they'll pardon you." People have gotten their PRL refused, cancelled, returned because of things like that. One time we got a client who came to us and said his PR was cancelled, was in fact refused because one of his children's birth certificate was in Spanish. In Canada, for every visa application you submit, you must have it translated to either French or English and notarized. So if you don't do that, you risk a refusal for that. So this particular person application was refused because one of his children's birth certificate was in Spanish. Back to the client whose application was refused because of police report, she had to go look for another ITA. Luckily, she got a PMP. At the time she got this ITA, for those of you who are familiar with PR, you got an ICA for a particular draw. That PR was cancelled because of police report. She had to wait for another time. Luckily, she got PMP. Imagine if she didn't have PMP to save the day. Like, it was not even an automatic PMP. It was like a couple of months before she got PMP. So you have to be very careful. Something as minute as police reports, not translating your documents properly to English or French, not giving the right documents can make you lose your opportunity of getting PR, and you don't want that. That's where someone like me comes in. Okay. So back to our clients, the spousal sponsorship clients. So they now asked for the police reports just about a month ago. Apparently, they were reaching the completion of the application. So we then requested for the application in Ethiopia. So because he had lived in Canada for 6 months at the time, we had to ask for both Canada and Ethiopia for him. It was submitted. And on 28th of February, I saw that the COPR had been issued, like the number for the validity of the COPR was issued. So I knew that it was approved already. So this application took about, so I would say from April 2024 to February 2025, about 10 months timeline, which is not bad, honestly, because I've seen some spousal application take longer than that. So to the glory of God, this pay application has been approved, and I've called the client. I'll let you hear, what they had to say. I'm so happy.
Hello, how are you?
I'm very well. How are you?
I'm good, how are you?
I'm good, thank you. So I know you already seen the email about your permanent residency approval. I'm just calling to verbally congratulate you.
Oh, thank you so much.
Congratulations. I'm so happy for you.
I'm happy too. Thank you for all your work.
You're welcome.
Appreciate that.
You're welcome.
And thank you so much.
You're welcome. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Sharifat. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you. How are you?
I'm really good.
Yeah, so I know you already seen the email about your husband's permanent residence approval. So just called.
I saw it. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. So just called to verbally congratulate you.
Yeah, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
I really appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Finally, right? I think it's really a lot for me.
Yes. So finally.
Yeah.
Yeah, congratulations.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Thank you for trusting us with the application. I really appreciate your trust, and your patronage.
You're welcome. Thank you again.
You're welcome.
I would recommend for anyone that's looking for the setting.
Okay, sure. We'll be happy to have referrals from you, of course. Thank you so much. How's marriage treating you? How's work?
It's good. It's really good.
Okay, that's good.
Everything like he's with me now, so.
Yeah, it makes a lot of difference having him with you. Yes.
Yeah, it's different.
Yes. Congratulations. All right, so take care of yourself, okay? Have a nice day, nice weekend ahead.
You too.
Thank you. You're welcome. Yeah, thank you. Bye. Take care.
Bye.
Nothing I also like to also mention about spousal sponsorship is this, which is the processing timeline. Now, there are two timelines for whether you submit outside Canada and inside Canada. Right now, it's about 28-month timeline if you submit inside Canada, as against the 10 months if you submit outside Canada. So what I always tell my clients is try and apply from outside first. Even if you have plans to come in with a visitor's visa, apply outside. That way you have a shorter timeline than when you come in. So people come in on visitor's visa to meet that, and they did not apply for spousal sponsorship. It makes the PR timeline longer. Right now, the timeline for processing for those inside the country is longer than those outside the country. I don't know why that is, but so these are things that as a professional I advise you against, let you know. I mean, it's not against the law, finding like a shortcut or a path that will take you a shorter time to get to the destination. That's what someone like me do. Anyway, I'm so happy for this client. They're a young couple. So let me also add a tip for you. So if you're applying for permanent residence for spousal sponsorship and you're looking to apply for visitor's visa after you submit the application, ensure you include what we call the acknowledgement of receipt of your PR application alongside your visitor's visa application. Don't forget that, because if you don't add that, they might not have it expedited, and you might even risk getting refused. So for you to have a good chance as being expedited, ensure you add the AOR, which is the acknowledgement of receipts of your PR application, more like a proof that indeed you've submitted your PR application and it's in progress. This is just to come meet your partner and then be with them while your PR is. Imagine if this man has to wait 10 whole months to be able to come join his wife. You can imagine how the struggle that would be for a young couple. You're even also able to apply for work permit as well if you meet certain conditions. So if you need any more about that, please come to us. We'll be happy to walk you through that journey. So that's the story of this spousal sponsorship. So this man now has his permanent residence through his spousal sponsorship, and I pray they live happily ever after. So that's the story of this pay application. So if you're looking to have any application done, whether it's a visitor's visa, work permit, study permit, permanent residence, come to us at Green Tea Leaves. We'll be happy to appeal the application. Okay? We have a good track record. We don't guarantee visa approvals, let me mention that, because we don't have control over that. We only do our best to represent, and then we leave the rest to God and to the visa officer. However, even if you get a refusal, we don't leave you. We try our best to see how to go forward. If it's to get a reconsideration done, if it's to reapply, if it's to go to court, we do all of that. We advise you, on what way to go. Okay? Because truthfully, we've had few refusals as well ourselves, right? So it's not like we have 100% approval. I wish we had, but we do our best for our clients, just to say that, okay? Here are some of the pictures from our client's wedding ceremony in Ethiopia. It was such a beautiful and colorful wedding. Like, it was an opportunity for me to get to know more about the Ethiopian culture. I guess I love my job. I get to work with people from different nationals, like different countries. I get to learn about their culture and the way of life. At this point, I'd like to give a word of advice to single Canadian permanent residents and Canadian citizens. Please be very careful out there. So somebody who is on a temporary permit is not looking for love or marriage just because they want to use you to get a permanent residence. Please be very careful. There's a lot of stories out there about this happening. And also, please do not engage in marriage fraud, which means that you are marrying somebody just because you want to help them get permanent residence. Maybe you've exchanged money or any gifts like that. Please be very careful. I assist in all of these things, and they are very, very diligent in investigating. You don't want to find yourself in marriage fraud. It has a lot of like some consequences. You don't want that for yourself. Besides that, you know that you are responsible for this person you're sponsoring for a number of years. So if this person even if it's a true relationship and this person is irresponsible financially, if they decide not to work, and you are responsible for them, for their accommodation, their feeding and everything like that. So it's beyond sponsoring them. You are particularly like responsible for them for a length of time, while they are here in Canada. So be very careful, okay? Just thought I give that, that maybe I'll do a different video explaining what it takes, what you have to do, to be able to sponsor somebody, and what you have to do even after they become permanent residents, okay? So that's that about the story. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you learned a thing or two. Bye, and see you next time.